And Whitley explains, "Mother, that's Kim's bed. She's just a piece of work, man." Kim bounces out, and Marion starts.
She that mama, bro. She's that mama that just airs. As soon as she walks in, bro, it's just like, hey, you gained weight. Hey, you look like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, wow.
Hey, you look like you put on a few pounds. Hey, well, good morning to you too.
Good morning to you too. Well, hello, like you'd expect her to say good morning, fatty. Like, you goddamn, like you don't do that. Like she just says inappropriate stuff. Like Whitley starts talking.
Ooh, look at all those stripes on that dress. Ow.
Marion starts talking to her about the summer and how we're going to go here and going to go there. And she says, I want to get a job this summer. And then she kind of like backhands her again and says, after your disappointment last summer on not getting the job, do you really want to do that? And she has set up, and I mean, honestly, some Howard students would be quite happy with having a summer set up like this. We're going to go here.
Oh, yeah.
We're here for that. Like she's talking about, we're going to summer like, here. Mm-mm. You can't. They're going to miss you at the club type of stuff. She's down. She is living off Daddy Gilbert's money. She is living that life. Suddenly, she gets a phone call. Ring. What that Muppet used to say? Ring.
What Muppet?
Meep, meep. Them dudes. Yeah. Meep, meep, ring. She gets a call, and it's, hello, it's Kent Sujet, a.k.a. Stinky, calls Whitley and wants to make a date. Maybe they could grab some coffee. And
Whitley was hyped, too. Whitley was hyped up. She was
said,
like, wow, look who called me. Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. And dude said, she said, he graduated from Duke Medical, and he's about to do his residency at HU Hospital. Hello. And she's really hyped about it. But one thing that slips by to me, he says, tell him I said hello. He says, tell your mother I said hello. Well, how does he know that? I got the first thing. That's the first thing I would have said. Like, how you know my mama here?
Was she talking because she could have heard it? He could have heard her in the background.
Maybe you're right. Maybe he could have heard that. But she was, she in the background. She's real happy. Marion says he gets off the phone. She tells about what's he doing. Oh my God, it's got to be great. She tells her, be a great listener. He'd be a great catch. Men love a great listener and wear something alluring, but not revealing. And Whitley, already knowing, says,
basically,
she says, bust before dusk mean your virtue you cannot trust.
Basically, I know I was looking at, we were looking at Living Single earlier, and it was the episode where Sinclair went on a date with Tommy. And Regine is Kim Fields, right?
Yep.
Regine was like, Cleve, why not show Cleve?
She's like, and you give a ha 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 ha.
But when she was talking about Cleve, you want to show more Cleve. I'm telling you, man. Kim Fields, after Tootie, which was a real serious kind of character, she really turned it around and made you know that, hey, I'm not just Tootie. I'm also Regine.
Yeah.
And you'll forget Tootie. She's right. I truly forgot about Tootie when she did Regine.
You totally forget Tootie. When somebody can make you forget.
I don't forget Janet Jackson singing on different shows, though.
They sang Ebony and Ivory, and that hurt. It hurt bad. It was her, Todd Bridges, and Dana Plato.
And Dana Plato.
And Arnold was over in the corner like, No, that's not fun. This is not entertaining at all. This is not entertaining at all. It is like, I mean, I ain't gonna say, I'm about to say something about time bridges, but
That's what we call a digression.
you can say, hey, Todd, can you sing? Yeah.
Ebony and ivory.
Stop. We can't afford that. We can't.
That's
Somebody's watching. We can't afford that. Like I said, she's like telling Diane is like, hey, this is good. But she still brings up, and we must clear up that pimple before your date. Like, just can't let it go. We go to
her mother, man, is a pill.
Her mother is a mother. I'm gonna let it go. I ain't gonna say no more. They go to the pit. We open Dwayne and Ron are there, and Whitley walks in. Ooh, Whitley, I wonder if her mama comes. like, damn. I was waiting for him the whole time to say, man, why don't you introduce me to your mama, Whitley? But Whitley enters with Kent Suje, a.k.a. Stinky, played by Dominic Hoffman, who will eventually be her boyfriend again, but by the name...
Julian's doppelganger.
Julian, thank you.
I just went ahead and just said he is Julian's doppelganger.
Ironically, Dominic Hoffman would write 3 episodes of A Different World.
Really?
Yes.
Which episodes?
That I do not know. I looked around, but he did write. He wrote 3 episodes. He has writing credits of 3 episodes.
And he is a member of oh man, what's the name of the fraternity from school days?
Oh,
he is also a member of G5G.
I was about to say, what the hell? What fraternity is he a member? I was like, Omega? I was like, no, Kappa. He said
G5G. He is G5G.
When you said school days, I said, oh, G5G.
Yeah. Big Brother Almighty. That's not him.
That episode is next.
Oh, really? Really?
It's Greek to me. They talk about, they sit down, and Whitley and Kent are like talking about their childhood and how my brothers used to call you Bruiser, and you were so tough. And it's like, he kind of expresses his interest. He had interest in her, and he says, so you liked me back then? No, I was scared of you. Trying to joke with her. And Whitley is asking him about him, and she's like, "No, I want to hear about you." She's basically taking her mom's instructions and asking about him.
Taking her mom's stupid advice. My bad, right. Man.
Her mom, dumbass advice. Like, damn. sounds personal. I can't believe. But yeah, she's talking. It's like he wants to talk. He said, "No, I want to hear about you or whatever." And she talks about how she's in this and that. And Whitley gives her number to Mama Gilbert, because that's when he reveals that. She said, "I was so glad. You're so striking, and I'm so glad your mother gave me your number to call." Dun, dun, dun. Reveal.
Julian's doppelganger wasn't there by happenstance, people.
No, he wasn't.
He was there because Whitley's mom can't keep her nose out of people's business.
Note: Kim's future Jamaican rum punch med school making rum punch making boyfriend Spencer Boyer is an extra in this.
Really?
Yes.
He hung around long enough. He does
not have locks, and we do not, and he never says a word.
He hung around.
So
cool,
it's like I said, that's called continuity. I said, that's her.
He hung around, man. He hung around. He said, I'm going to get there.
The rum punch making Spencer Boyer.
They are going to put me. They didn't put him in the. They didn't put him in the montage, but he got enough. Yes. He got enough.
These two gentlemen will eventually play later. I thought that was ironic. Freddie is just bothering Mr. Gaines, and I think since they pay Mr. Gaines, we need to have him come in and hit a joke. And it says about recycling. He didn't want to recycle, and he said, "You should be worried about the Everglades." Oh no, the Everglades! That's where me and my Velma is going to retire. We're not going to lose the Everglades. I just say, hey man, we got to pay him for something, right? Because he really had no story. It's like we got to give him something.
We got to get Mr. Gaines in there. He got to shoot a 3-pointer somewhere.
Got to shoot a 3. And Marion Gilbert enters. Mama Gilbert enters and then comes over and invites Stanky. I'm calling him man Stank. Kent to her cocktail party. And Mama Gilbert, she makes a point of saying, "This wouldn't be more perfect if I planned it myself." And on the classic outro music, we push in on
Whitley.
a solemn Whitley Gilbert to commercial. Like, I can't believe
it would have been better if they would have zoomed in on her and she was like this.
She was. They kind of did. They kind of did. It was like
I mean, more of an exaggerated kind of a.
Oh yeah.
What a waste.
No, it's not what a waste. You're not. Yeah, everything ain't what. Some things are what a waste, but everything ain't what a waste. We go to Whitney Kim's room. Whitley is upset and going through a box of turtles, eating them left and right. And she's griping to Whitley about her mama trying to take control of her life. And why don't she leave and let it...
Turtles been out a long time, huh?
Turtles been around for a minute, man. Turtles been around.
I mean, I remember Turtles in the 90s. I don't remember them before that.
They probably didn't have the name Turtles, but they've been around for a long time. I mean, you got Seas
Dad stuck to Russell Stover.
Well, I learned about Seas Candy out here in California. They're both old.
Oh, Seas. Yeah, I heard about that later on.
They're both old companies. Letty is speaking out, and she speaks of how she said, she's trying to understand her mother. She says, she speaks of setting up her son and his wife, and they were happy for a few months. I think that joke got past her, but that made me laugh.
It did. It got past me.
I said, they were happy for a few months. I was like, that's not good, Letty. But this is another thing. I didn't know Letty had a son.
No,
I thought she didn't. I didn't think she had any kids.
Letty was out there kicking it hard.
No, stop dragging for Letty like that. Letty's like...
So Letty wasn't kicking it?
She was kicking it, but you know what? Just stop, man. Letty said slow down on the turtles. And Letty's trying to advise Whitley.
Going back to the turtles. Remember Russell Stover's? You know what you can always appreciate with Russell Stover's?
If no one knows what he's talking about, turtles are...
You don't know what Russell Stover's are?
A candy. It's a candy.
Russell Stover.
Stovins. It's Russell Stovins.
Stovins?
Yes.
Oh.
And
anyway,
everybody doesn't know what a turtle is. Maybe everybody doesn't know what a turtle is. That's what I'm saying. A chocolate covered turtle. That's all I'm saying.
Caramel?
I was just explaining it to
people. Don't know what a turtle. Anyway,
I don't know that.
I'm talking specifically Russell Stover. I thought it was Russell Stover. Russell Stover's chocolate.
You sound like Mama Gilbert.
When you open up the name. You can always appreciate them giving you a guide to all of the candies. You can look in the top and it would have like, oh, you can get the little nutty one right here, or you get the little pecan with the caramel over here. No?
This part of the show, I want you to specifically put the words digression. I want digression to fly across the screen. If you could do that, like
I had to talk about Russell Stover, man. I had to, man. You brought it up.
But I just brought up turtles.
That's like nostalgia, man.
You brought up.
It reminded me of Russell Stover. That's why.
And then you talk bad about it when I said that's how you sound like Mama Gilbert calling that girl Carol. I call it Russell Stover.
Russell Stover, huh?
Yeah. It's
what? Russell Stover. I just looked it up. I told you I was right. Stover.
Oh God, I can see that being a clip. Ryan was right. I can see that. So see.
Sober.
Oh man. Kim comes in. Well, no, Letty says, "Tell her how you feel." She says, "I'm afraid." You tell her. And then Kim comes in. And she said, "Oh, I'm gonna leave." No, Letty says, "I'm gonna leave." She bounces out. And Kim talks to Whitley and says that, we haven't been out lately. And Kim says, "We ain't never been out before." And she said,
I was kind of surprised at that. I thought by that time they would have at least gone out. But I guess I'm just kind of stuck on that the Thanksgiving episode probably.
So is Whitley. Because Whitley's hanging on. Whitley's clearly hanging on that moment in time too. We haven't been out in a while. We only been out once. And it was only because nobody else was here. It was just you and me in the whole damn dormitory. Whitley invites her to come to her mama's fundraiser for the trustees board. Kim says no. Your mama don't even know my name. And then Whitley says, "She called me Willie till I was